Ooh, hello. Give it a few minutes here. Hello, this is Patricia coming back at you on the last day. We finally made it to day 5 of our challenge. It unleash you, begin again, and finish strong. The free 5-day challenge. Like I said, I created this challenge all for the woman who is ready to start anew, or even just start with walking in her power and purpose and creating her extraordinary life by design. And like I said, we've talked about various things over these past 4 days. Tonight, we're putting it all together and talking about the one key strategy, of course, that makes your dream a reality. So we're putting it all together and do a quick recap here. Of course, the 7 strategies and what we talked about each day. So day 1, kicked it off with strategy. It's all about the experience, and what I talked about there was the 3 questions to ask yourself for pertaining to any experience. I'm sorry. Yeah, the 3 key questions to ask yourself pertaining to any experience, and that is, what is the lesson? What is the opportunity? And how can I share this to help someone else? So it's all about making sure you're not stuck in that experience, in that especially the negative experience, because let's face it, so many of us, we're still stuck in the negative experience. But whether it's good or bad experience, start asking those 3 questions, and like I say, to me, that shifts everything, put things in perspective, and helps you to continue to grow as a person, as well as continue to move forward when you do that. Strategy 2 is letting go of where you are or where you should be. I'm sorry, letting go of where you should be. Some of us have the concept of, because, a certain age or time frame or whatever, or maybe you mapped out by this time, I should have this, I should be such and such a place. But the key is letting go where you should be and embracing where you are so that you can be present as well as move towards the future, your dream, your vision. So it's letting go of where you should be and embracing where you are, and then making the changes and putting in the work so that you can move to living your dream, manifesting your vision. So it's all about, and then part of that strategy 2 is making sure forgiveness is a part of your practice as you go through life. So if you're harboring, and I challenge you to to go back and look at, is there anybody that you need to forgive? Is there some, and it's also take some time to really think about it and go deep and ask yourself that question. Is there anybody that I need to forgive, and go through the process of forgiving them? And I gave the example of with my dad, and how, of course, my dad is no longer living, so I wrote a letter, read the letter out, and then I out loud, of course, and talk, and then actually burned the letter. But figure, and that's the case, you determine how you want to go through that forgiving process. But the key is to forgive, let it go. And as I said, forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you taking back your power, your control, so that you can move forward and not stay stuck and not stay in that place, but move forward in life. That was strategy 2. Strategy 3, we talked about the success framework. What elements, what tools should be in your success framework. Of course, as a mindset coach, I'm going to say daily mindset practice. But not just in that, but any and everything, as I said, begins with the mind. And your mind it's a muscle. Consider it a muscle that you have to build and strengthen every single day. And that's what your daily mindset practice does for you. And also it helps you to eliminate any limiting beliefs. It helps you to set the tone for your day. And as I talked about my mindset practice, I talked about, gratitude before I get out of bed. I pray, say a prayer, journaling. I also do my beliefs, and I said when it comes to reading your belief statements, or saying your belief statements, or affirmations, or mantra, the key is feelings, and bringing as much feelings and emotions. That is what actually brings the change. Otherwise, you're just reading some words. But the key is applying your feelings and emotions and in the repetition, because that what puts it into your subconscious mind, which is the driver, by the way, our subconscious mind, because that's where our beliefs are stored, whether they're limiting or negative or positive beliefs, that's where they're stored, and that is the driver. So that practice, and then the key thing, and I learned this from my own coach and mentor, is taking the time to listen, when just being still and listen. Some people call it meditation. Some people just take time to be still and listen. And you can actually start, as I mentioned, start your listening time off with the question. So, because one of the other things I talked about after reading your beliefs is focusing on an outcome that you desire. 1 or 2, I would say no more than 3 outcomes at a time that you desire, and going through and visualizing everything, how you would feel when you accomplish whatever that outcome is, whatever that is. Like I say for instance, you wanted to generate an extra $5,000 in a month. Picture how you would feel, what you'll be doing. Will you be with your significant other? Will you be hanging out with friends? Will you be, celebrating? Picture all that as much details, and you want to do that on a daily basis. And that, you may have heard it as creative visualization. That's what they call it, but applying as much details and feelings to that visualization as possible each and every day, because that puts the new picture in your subconscious mind. And like I say, all of this puts the new picture. And the key thing that I've learned from my own research, and you can just do your own too, the mind does not know what's real and what's not. And like I said, you can search that and do your research on that, but the mind does not know what's real or what's not. So the more you do that creative visualization and put that new picture in, then the more your subconscious mind will actually start working to help you make that a reality as well. Secondly, like I say, the last key thing with that is listening. But also invest in yourself, that part of your success framework. And as I talked about, most time we hear the word invest, we automatically think of money. But as you know, you have more than one resource to invest. And not only your money, but your knowledge, your skills, your experience. But the key thing is also your energy. How are you showing up each day in life? Are you showing up for what you say you want? So how are you showing up, your energy each day? And I talked about, things to help keep your energy up as you go throughout the day and starting your day. But those are some of the key things for your success framework. I also talked about accountability, support network, and expanding your network, surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people, success-minded people. So all of that was, of course, that was a strategy. Strategy 3. Strategy 4, we talked about powerful vision. What constitutes or what makes up a powerful vision? Because this has to be very powerful. And as I talked about, powerful vision, 2 key things. 1, it has to be your vision, not what someone else wants, or what, you want something because someone else has it, but it truly has to be what you truly want and desire for yourself. And then the main key thing that makes a vision powerful is one that you believe in, one that you believe is possible, more than possible for you, and one that you believe that no matter what, you can have whatever that vision is, that you have that. So it's one that you believe in, because otherwise, as I said, if you don't believe in it, it's just words and pictures on a board. And it won't manifest itself if you don't believe that it's possible. So ask yourself, you've done, you have your vision, or you're going to be doing your vision, because I did challenge you guys to, create your vision, post a picture of it, let me know, comment so I can see it. But also ask yourself, literally ask yourself, do you believe that that vision is possible for you? And listen to see if anything comes up, especially any negative feelings or any, feelings that's icky feelings. And if so, that means there are some limiting beliefs, and there's some work that you must continue to do and work on, so that you get to the point where you truly believe in your vision. So that was strategy 4. Strategy 5, well, also when we talked about the vision, we also talked about from your vision, create your plan A. And your plan A, as I said, you don't need a backup plan. When you truly commit to your vision and taking from your vision, create your plan A. And I talked about creating top 3 goals and you're focusing on no more than 3 goals at a time for your plan A, and which helps you to start making traction and making your dream a reality. So it's, creating your vision or reviewing your vision in this whole, begin again and finish strong. So it's either create a vision or review your vision, and then also go back and look at your plan A, create your plan A, focusing on no more than your top 3 goals at a time. And then a strategy that we talked about yesterday, eliminating overwhelm, which was, we talked about the 90-day plan. And as I said, learning from my own coach, is planning no more than 90 days out at a time. And it's not just planning, but also doing no more than, doing work for at least 90 days. Because as I talked about, sometimes we take an action, we don't get the results we desire, and we say it don't work, or we give up because we're not getting the results that we desire. But it's be committed to the 90-day, not only planning out 90 days at a time, but also doing work, taking action 90 days at a time. And of course, that leads us to our last strategy. And that is, of course, which you probably should already guessed it by now, but our last strategy we're talking about, of course, that is taking action. And it's actually taking consistent action and taking the right action. As I mentioned yesterday, a lot of us, if we look around, we get caught up in being busy. And we're not being productive. We're not making strides on making this a reality because we're doing all this busy stuff, or we've gotten caught up in what others are doing, and then we're jumping here and here, or thinking that we need to do that. And so when it comes to action and your vision, that's why I talk about getting tuned in and turned on to you, so that just because someone else is doing this action over here may not necessarily be the right action for you. And that's where, when you're spending time with you, and as I mentioned the other day, is listening more to your inner spirit than your inner critic, because you'll get that guidance, and also the listening time that I talked about in your daily mindset practice. That's where ideas come up, or even as you go throughout your day, ideas, inspiration, capturing those. Make sure you're capturing those so that you can implement those, because that's coming from the divine. So it's consistent action, inspired action, right action, working on the right things every day, testing and tweaking that I talked about. It's all a matter of testing and tweaking so that you can move forward and making your vision a reality. So you're not messing around or wasting time and spinning your wheels doing something that you should not be doing as well. So hold on one. So it's wasting time that you should not be doing as well. So, and that is the key, is taking action, consistent action. That puts it all together, and it's action that will move you forward from whether you're stuck, spinning your wheels, or you're feeling some kind of way. Action is what moves the needle forward and make your dream a reality. That consistent action as well. So make sure you're doing that, and like I said, the right action as well, so that you, and excuse that knocking on my great niece, keeping her for some booty. But anyway, is that taking that action, making sure you're taking the right action so that you can make your dream a reality. And so that I challenge you today is ask yourself, are you taking the right action, or are you just being busy? Are you being productive? Are you listening and implementing ideas? I did a post in the group today, what ideas are you sitting on, but you need to be implementing. And I gave an example the other night when I talked about I got an idea, I didn't act on that idea. Someone else got that idea, implemented, put it into practice, and actually it's patent pending. And I talked about that. So, and I want to ask you the same thing. So when you listening and getting tuned in and turned on to you and getting those ideas, are you just sitting on them? Are you doing nothing with them? Or are you taking action on them? Because that's coming from the divine. And the key thing is knowing that you are divinely supported, believing that you are divinely supported and protected when it comes to anything in life, and especially when it comes to pursuing your true heart's desire, pursuing your dream. We are divinely supported and protected, and that's where ideas come from. That's where, we are creative beings, so we can create whatever it is that we desire. And you have to truly believe that you can create whatever it is that you desire. If you truly believe that, and open yourself up to the creative process, or allowing your creativity to flow. And I did, I think I did a video months back about the top creativity blockers, So it's going through that and making sure, and the key thing is making sure you're making room for creativity, making sure that journaling, and I'm going to talk about journaling again because it's key and it's critical, is journaling. And what journaling actually, all kinds of benefits. It allows you to, one, create room for new ideas and new inspiration. It allows you also to release any emotions or pent up stuff that maybe you just don't want to talk about it with your girlfriend, your BFF, but just something you just need to write and get off your mind. But it makes room for all of that, and also releases stress, helps you to release stress and just to clear your mind, clear your head, and your heart space as well. So all of those things is making, for the creative process, because we are creative beings. And I know you may look around and say, you may know someone that seems like they're just they're more creative and they can do stuff from a creative standpoint, but we're all creative beings. We're all from the master creator, God himself. So we are, but it's tapping into that and making room for that and giving yourself time to express your creativity. And I know for me, and that's what I say, having my own business allows me to express my creativity, allows me to do that. And unfortunately, at the level in my position in corporate America, that is limited, because when you, and to be honest with you, when you're working for anybody else, unless you got some type of creative job that allows you expansion for your, or in a creative role, most of the time, more than likely, job in corporate America doesn't allow that, because they have the set job roles, set standards, or set, description of what you should be doing in your job. And majority of the jobs don't open themselves up or lead themselves for you as an individual to express your creativity. Like I said, not all jobs, but that was the case for me. It may not necessarily be the case for you, because you may have a job that allows you to express your creativity. But even if you do have a corporate job, you can express your creativity outside of your job in different ways. So it's ask yourself, what do you like to do? Do you like to write? That's a form of creativity. Do you like to paint? Do you like music? Do you write songs, sing songs? All of that is form of creativity. So it's not something elaborate, but it's making sure you're finding a way to express your creativity on a regular basis. Because when you don't express your creativity, that also impacts your level of fulfillment, or being fulfilled, when you're not expressing your creativity, because we are all creative beings. So all of that plays in taking action, taking the right action. And that's what I say, that is strategy number 7. And of course, action is what makes it make it happen. And it's not necessarily about working hard all the time, or hard work and the hustling and grinding, which I talked about, and I'm sure you've seen, because you see a lot of the social media posts. Actually, lately I have not been seeing a lot of hustling and grinding posts. But that was the thing at one point. It's like everybody on their grind, on their hustling. And I think some people were taking it out of context to the point where, and I know this other girl that I follow, she's a Courtney Sanders of Think and Grow Chick. And, and she talked about her own story where she got caught up in the hustling and grinding. And you see so many other stories, the hustling and grinding. And she basically burnt out. And she had to stop, put a pause on it and stop, because she was doing got caught up in what, everybody's just hustling and grinding that everybody talks about. And she was actually basically burnt out on her business and she had to actually stop, actually put a pause on it and rethink this thing. It's like, no. And that's what I'm saying. When that's most people, when you get caught up in that hustling and grinding, it's not necessarily that, but it's more working, I think, a balance of working hard and smart. And working smart to me, of course, is, as a mindset coach, is leveraging the power of your most valuable asset. If you follow me or new to me, I'm a firm believer, our minds are our most valuable asset. And it is, if you're putting in the work and harnessing the power of your mind so that it works for you instead of against you. And you just look around and look at your life, how it has worked against you. If you've been one of those that constantly thinking negative thoughts or hanging around negative people or have bunch of limiting beliefs, just take a look at your life and see how that has hindered you, And I'll share my own story, like I say, with money. And it was not until I deep dive and going through, and even as I talked about, conversation with a stranger telling me I need to heal my relationship with my dad because I was blocking all kinds of shit, so it's that thinking, and your mindset. But when you start harnessing put in that work and start harnessing the power of it so that it works for you, and you can look around and see how people are, they're talking about manifesting. Some people call it woo-woo. I say the woo-woo works. So, the woo-woo works. So put the woo-woo in your life because it works. And, they're easily manifesting it. And a lot of people want to say it's luck. It's not luck, but it's putting in that work and harnessing the power of your most valuable asset so that it works for you. And I hope that what I've shared will help you to start doing that, because when it comes to unleashing you, whether you're beginning again or beginning, but the key thing is walking in your power and purpose and creating your extraordinary life. It starts with the mind, having the right mindset, working on your mindset every single day, and harnessing the power of it so that it works for you. So that is our last strategy. Like I said, we're in day 5. And by the way, have you checked your email? Because I said yesterday I was sending a special bonus to those, but you have to be on the email list. So I know we're going in the group, sharing this in the group, but if you didn't sign up for the challenge, you wanted to sign up for the challenge, so you got on the email list. So you get the special bonus that I sent out. Should have received that email earlier today. And like I say, it is a growth voucher. I call it a growth voucher because that's what it is. It's to help you with your growth. And it is a growth voucher that you have until November 17th to utilize. And it's actually on 2 of my services. It's on my Signature 101 coaching package and or my VIP on-track intensive as well. So it's those 2 programs that you can use the 20% the growth voucher on. Take advantage of it, like I said, because it does expire. You have until November 17th. In the email, I put links where you can go and check out those 2 programs, those 2 packages. And if you have any questions or wanting to talk to me, as I said, all you have to do is just reply to the email and let me know, and we can schedule something. Or you can go and schedule a strategy session. If you want to have a conversation, you can go and schedule a free 60-minute strategy session, and we can discuss if you have any questions or whatever about either thing or anything. Like I say, there's free strategy sessions. You can go and schedule you one right now. And that, if you go to I think either, if you click the link in the email to either one of those, I think it allows you to schedule a strategy session. But if you go to the website, JourneyToBestMe.com, and I think if you scroll down right on the home page, there's an option to schedule a strategy session. Or you can go to bit.ly/unleash_strategy with the U and the S and both words capitalized. So that's bit.ly unleash_strategy with the U and the S capitalized. And make sure you type it in that way because it is case sensitive as well. So I hope that you would take advantage of the gift that I gift you. It's one, just to say thank you for rolling with me on these 5 days. I hope that what I shared has helped you, will help you. Like I said, if you missed the video, go back. All the videos are still in the feed, so go back from each day. So go back and check out video. If you have any questions or anything or come up, just comment on one. I'm constantly in the group, so just leave a comment, drop a note or whatever, and let me know. But like I say, I hope what I've shared has been of great value to you. And if there's anything else that you would like to discuss or for us to talk about, let us know, because this is your group. You know, this is our group, our circle, our community. We make it, you know, it's what we make it. It's not just I want to be running or talking all the time, but it's also you guys an opportunity to connect with others, to share, to support each other. So, you know, as we post, you know, have Flex Friday. So I hope you know, it's all about you. Today, Flex Friday is all about you. We have Check-In Wednesday. You know, it's all about, you know, if you're having questions or needing support with anything. And like I say, Flex Friday is sharing what's going on in your world, because this is our community and we want to make it a fabulous, awesome community, supporting each other, lifting each other up. Of course, living our dreams. We are women living unleashed. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will be talking to you later.